Well, it is a big 4 weeks coming up for the Springboks. They head up north where, we're not really liked a lot. So we've got the Quilter Nations series that will happen, but we'll be heading up there playing in the November Outgoing Tour. We take on Japan, which is not a part of the Nation series and the Test Nation series. But gents, there is so much to look forward to in the next 4 weeks. We got that squad announcement, the big one, Zachary Porton, the junior Bok, slotting straight in. We didn't even know he was a part of the talks. He was announced. Siya's potential 100th coming up. He's sitting on 98.2, so what an incredible moment. Sad it's not going to happen at home, but we'll send enough South Africans up. We're going to have a conversation. We're all going to go up. We're all going to go celebrate that with him. But Brent, I mean, let's dive into it. The state of our Springboks rugby team at the moment, we're kind of going through a transition phase where we're letting go of a couple, but we are bringing in new and exciting players too.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, we've been going for 10 years now with a very core group that, yes, we're seeing a little bit of changes. Ultimately, every year you've got to see someone new coming into it, adding a little bit of spice, keep the energy up, at the same time keep the experience where it's needed. Russie's doing a very good job building up a depth that we've never seen before. 3 teams we could actually easily put out there. But continually trying to bring in someone else, like you said, surprising us with new talent all the time, giving them opportunity, and that's what is needed. This is the game's changed. It's a very physical. The season's long. You have to have depth. You have to have everyone on the same page. You have to have a little bit of excitement, and going into this little series, it's going to be very, very, very interesting because we've had a tough season, and these next 5 games are going to be very tough. So we definitely going to see some changes, some new combinations. As Russie has mentioned, it's trying to manage the expectations of the public because it is going to be a very tough tour. Don't expect to be winning everything, although it would be lovely. But Russie has definitely picked the guys' intensity up near the end of the season with that All Blacks and test matches that ended up winning not the Tri-Nations, but ending up the championship competition. So we started a little bit slow, but let's hopefully we finish the season on a high.
Well, I just want to touch on those fixtures that we are playing. We play Japan Saturday, 1 November. Then we've got France, we've got Italy, we've got Ireland. That's going to be a niggly one. And then we end off with Wales. Fudge, I want to come to you because you would have a more personal connection with this one. Zachary Porton. I mean, we spoke about him during Varsity Cup. He was one of those. He was the leader at UCT. He was that guy that everyone went to. Had an incredible time at the junior Boks. But I mean, what a surprise to have him mentioned on that list.
Awesome. And I think, a lot of people don't understand the management of how to manage a big, large group of people. And I think what's been working for Russie really well, and it's an intangible, is how he's able to keep the excitement at a level and to keep other younger players who are part of a junior Bok team that has been winning, best juniors in the world. What do you do with those players for the next 3-4 years? Is Varsity Cup good enough? Maybe not. To keep those players psyched, and to let the other players around also believe that they can make it, And so I love him being included. Zachary Porton, congratulations to him. He's shown great maturity with the challenge, with the step up at Varsity Cup level. I've been quite impressed with him also, even though it was a tough season for a couple of the coastal sides in the Currie Cup, But he looked like he made the step up and he could be ready. I think he deserves the test. At a higher level. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually gets onto the pitch or if it's just for him to rub some shoulders and to grow. And I just love how Russie's doing that. I think it gets the excitement going in any camp.
Which is what we also saw with Batubele Hlekani that went in, and Hashim P that kind of went into camp 2 straight out of that junior Boks victory. Another exciting moment that we can look forward to, and we spoke about at the top of the show, and Juicy was wriggling in his seat. Siya's potential 100th. I mean, are you gonna call Siya now? Are you about to call Siya?
Yeah, at the moment, it's one of those ones that are very not reachable to me. I have to go through management. I have to go through certain people.
Let's see if you answer.
Please don't make me cry.
I mean, let's see. I wonder what would happen if we called him and we just said, like, are you looking forward to? Okay, but you carry on. I'm gonna ring him. I'm gonna see what happens. Talk about him.
So flip. I mean, we share the same name, you know. By the way, guys, outside
By the way,
Juicy
that's not
Jay,
his name.
My name on my ID was Siya Kolisi.
Oh,
Are you
Mithuna,
busy
Mithuna.
working?
Siya
Oh, my
Kolisi.
goodness.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Is that him?
No way.
I've got someone that wants to see you.
Haydi Kırmanda! Haydi Buddha! Oh, Siya! How's the Kırmanda Ukraine? You with the team. Okay, I know, Buddha, no. Maspano Kırmanda. The now is okay, my one.
How's Fudge doing?
Huh?
Hola! How you doing, my brother? Umnandi?
Good, and you?
Solid, my brother, man. Solid, my brother. Layla's got an interesting question to ask you there, bro. Zivanjani, that side.
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm looking forward to starting.
Hey.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough job anyway, but other than that, I'm good, man. It's just good to be back with the boys.
I'm saying, but don't follow me on Instagram, Kırmanda. Hello, you Buddha.
This is what you see when you. Sorry, my brother. You see what happens when you bring. I've got Brent Russell here too. We were.
Oh, the legend. Pocket Rocket.
Good luck for your next 2 tests, but
Good. Are you all right?
yeah, good on you. Good luck for those next few games, my man.
Thank you so much.
We
Good to
support
see
you. Yeah, likewise, eh?
We were talking about your 100th. So Juicy called D-Rex up earlier. So I said I can do one better. I'll call Siya.
Okay. Sure.
No chat later. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you see now.
Hey, what an
Sorry.
episode. Episode 11. Yeah.
We'll play. I mean, again, you know, he's one of those guys that, you know, I said it, you know, the reason why we watch this game, you know, you get to, you know, see yourself in these players, you know what I mean, and get that attachment. You know, Siya D-Rex is one of those players for me, you know, and yeah, that's why I wish his 100th cap or his 100th game was going to be an essay.
Imagine
Imagine
that
you know,
in GQ.
I wish Encounter was still alive. You know, that commentary when
Yeah.
he was, you know, first time Boks captain, you know, and you know that welcoming him in onto the game.
Yeah.
Imagine he was still alive too. You know,
Be able to
his
see the
100th,
100th,
because
yeah.
I mean his journey throughout until now has been nothing short of phenomenal. What an amazing guy! What an amazing lad! You wouldn't even, you know, probably if you meet him somewhere, you wouldn't even say that he's this great,
No.
you know, person. And I mean, he was
true, huh?
destined for greatness. Yeah, man, flip.
I don't know who had to vote for the dream team. But,
Who was on that episode?
Who was on that episode?
Who was on that episode? That's the big question. That's the big question. I mean, we talk about Siya and the great person he is, but Brent, we've done so well to be able to build a backline that just looks dangerous from 9 all the way through to 15. I mean, and there's so many influences and you know, key moments that go into a backline like that.
Yeah, I think we've done very well to date. With especially, I've really enjoyed seeing the appointment of Tony Brown.
Yep.
Just the different thinking, you know, bringing in a little bit of a New Zealander style running, different mindset, if you want
Did
to
you play
call it that.
against him?
I played with him as
With
well
him at the
and
Sharks?
against him. And again, I actually scored my best try against him. He slipped
Stunning.
and I ran over it. No, but lovely guy and just absolute great mind for creating that, just that thinking on how to attack a little bit differently. And you'll be surprised. I think we've got the best attacking backline in the world at the moment. And who would have thought that 5, 6, 7 years ago, when we've always been known to have the slowest or the non-imaginable backline that can't score. Now all of a sudden we're scoring tries like you've never believed. And yes, it's a little bit of an adaptation because the forwards have to sort of buy into that. But now we're not scared of throwing the ball down to Kirtley on the wing and say, go for it and try and take on.
Yeah.
Because now we'll always know that it'll be a cover. And so there's a little bit of thinking around what we're doing. I'm loving the new style that we're playing because it's exciting. And like you said, it's also adding in the excitement that we bring in. So we've got it going all for us. As long as it just continue to keep developing the good players, keep on adding the excitement to the back line. The skills there, we're getting size now.
Yeah.
Sasha is just on the platform for greatness. Let's hopefully he has a good long career. So I'm very positive about where we're at the moment.
Well, talking about the backline, the big problem at the moment, Fudgy, is the fact that we don't have a specialist 15 potentially, in the camp with Damian Willemse and the injury that he's potentially got. What are those, we talk about the adaptation, we talk about the changes, we talk about hybrid players, what is the thinking that's going into that now?
Thinking is bring out the time machine, mate. Brent Russell wants to play some Tony ball. What are you saying? Oh, did you see his excitement? He was like, if I could play some Tony ball in my day. Mate, ooh.
I told you my rocket's gone.
Right, okay. Fair. You know what? Again, I think excitement is probably the right description of all the South Africans at the edge of their seat thinking, okay, we've conquered the South. It wasn't easy. We had some good challenges, but also a couple of question marks were brought up. But then again, huge names really come. Remember, the 15 has been a bit of a question mark, even in the rugby championship, right? With Damian Willemse there. But then you look at how Damian Willemse finally found his form again, and you're thinking to yourself, ooh, I can't wait to see him with the 15 jumper on, You see how Kane Moody's been playing really well. Curtly Arendse may be an option. It'll be interesting to see what we do there, but everyone is hitting form. So it's exciting, isn't it?
Is it realistic to think that they'll go Grant Williams 9, Manie Libbok 10, and Sasha at 15?
I would like to see that. I would like to see Manie and Sasha playing
closer together.
10 and
10 and then
rotating.
and the rotation.
I wouldn't try and move Sasha out of position now, maybe to 12 because that's close enough to where he is in the action. But maybe Damian at fullback. I know he hasn't really shone, and you don't want to mess him around because he's also been playing some great rugby.
Damian
Willemse.
He's injured.
I know he's injured. Sorry,
So
and
he's got the
he's got the
injury,
injury. So, but I'm talking about
in general.
where
Where we're going.
who
Where we're going. Yeah.
And I mean, Villy's done an amazing. 100 tests. Just kept a solid, consistent performer at
Looking
the back
good at the
there.
Vodacom Bulls.
He doesn't look 38.
but the one guy that I really do think is potentially could play there is a Kane Moody. He's also tall, but yes, he also has been playing so well at centre.
We want to shift people out of their positions. Huh?
Yeah, it'll be very surprising or interesting to see what Rassie, comes up with for that replacement with Damian Willemse out of injury. But I obviously think that maybe he might just, rely on Villaru's experience, just to maybe keep it safe or just not really change too much. Or if it surprises me, Rassie, are you hearing me? Bring back the Ghanese, bring back Geland. He is a Springbok.
Well,
He's familiar with. I mean,
that's
probably not.
You're going left field.
Form, but I mean,
What about Van der Merwe?
Edward's played the last couple of weekends at 15.
No.
He literally played for your team. I'm saying it's an option.
What level? 15.
Okay, but no,
What about
but
Colby?
Okay, you still get that one. He can go to 15. In fact, he can even play prop if he wants to.
He's already played hooker, so we could send him there.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying from Ugaland's perspective. He's been in that position for the Springboks.
Specialized.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? I don't think maybe Edward Bushraks. I mean,
Sure.
for now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying maybe not later, but to keep it safe, really.
The thing is, sorry.
No, you go.
Okay, we've actually got a bit of a wing issue. We've got guys who you can rotate as much as you want, but we're pretty stacked at 14 and 11 if you think about it. So maybe not a bad opportunity to give one of the guys who has played there before, has a bit of experience there, an opportunity at 15. In that way, you sort of even out the competition happening in each position because obviously you can only choose 2 wingers, right? And the problem is with the bench as well. We're not really choosing any wingers or specialist back 3 players on the bench.
You've also got the youngster in Kewan Horn, who I'm not sure if he's on standby at the lines. He's a specialist 15. He's been a part of the Boks setup, so he understands what's happening there. If we are giving youngsters a chance, calling in the Zach Portons, etc., if Rassie has kind of set that expectation of, it's going to be a tough one, you can bring him up and just have him. We can still go with, using your players and making sure we start. But then you've got a specialist 15 in Q and Horn who is in that setup potentially.
Does the first receiver thing well. You see, that first receiver thing becomes a bit of an issue now because distribution would be key, and the Pravili does bring that. But who else can fill those shoes?
What are we looking for in the 15?
No, Brent, you tell us. What are we looking for?
Perfect question. Asked by the
Great question.
We don't have enough time on this show.
Nice one.
Well, we're going to go. It gets tough because we're going back to France. I don't know if we're playing La Marseillaise continuously during training too. We're going to get booed in France. We broke their hearts in 2023. But you played in France. You played for Clermont, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Can you just talk us through that environment? And what's it like being there, especially now that they really don't like us.
No, and they are probably the most dangerous team in my mind. They play very much like us. They've got very, very big depth. Their competition's very, very strong. Their local competition, which is the top 14. They're always in the top in the finals with the Heineken Cup, so they're continually playing at that standard, and they're managing to play very, very dangerous rugby, if you call it that now. And yes, we got one ahead of them in the final. I mean, in that
with 1 point.
With 1 point, and so no doubt they're going to come back at us and certainly try and prove a point against us. And one thing about playing in France is they just somehow know how to play at home.
Yeah.
Yes, the big occasions have always just slipped away from them. If you consider that they've never won a World Cup final, but a game like this, they want to prove a point. They're going to come as hard, but that's how we test ourselves, you know. And I mean, geez, if you think of that final, that game, we scored 6 tries within, I think it was 20 minutes or so. The way they came back, and it was just one back, and it's. I want to see that again. I want to see how we fare up against the best. Yes, we've got Ireland too. They also are going to be, but they play a different game. This is playing against another Springbok team for me, playing against France.
Juicy, no Antoine Dupont for France.
The greatest rugby player in the world.
Apparently, according to, we're not sure who. But you know, like there's no Antoine Dupont, and you talk about those tries that were scored. They're not a team that plays off of 10. They play off of 9 when he's playing. Juice, do you think that's going to have a major effect on how they go about us?
It will have an effect of some sort. I mean, because he is a huge part of the team. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to be an easy one, you know. Because I'm sure they have some tricks up the sleeve. But also,
very good.
For any other 9 that comes in and replaces him and fills up those shoes, there's no choice but to step up, you know.
They have been stepping up as well. The 9s have had
show his quality as well, because I'm sure they probably want to be like a 20-point as well.
If you think about it, I mean, when we beat them in France in the World Cup, they were missing Intermac, which is their key, one of their key players. I assume he's back in playing now, but now they're missing another key player, which is the 9 and 10 role. So hopefully for us, it has a positive impact for us
what we do.
And what we can do to them. But they've got class all round. I mean, their 9s are all playing great rugby, so they'll no doubt have someone that'll fill up and step up.
They're so similar, aren't they? I think you hit the nail on the head, Brent, when you said it's almost like playing another Springbok side. If you put it man to man, it's not just the type of rugby they play, but the type of rugby they play as per character of the player in the jersey, you know, and each player can fill in. They have similar characteristics that allows them to still execute their game plan as they would. And you think of the one-on-one battles, BBL. I mean, LBB, sorry. Hey guys, hold on, don't get excited. You've been going to Turkey too often. LBB. I can't wait to see him, you know, against the likes of Chesley and Colby. And
big bootylicious.
Juicy, the joke is over, Juicy, the joke is over. I can't wait to see that. You know, their scrum halves very similar to how our scrum halves play.
Yes.
I think at fly half, because we've got so many aces up our sleeve in terms of who we could select on the weekend, I think that's where we start to gain a little bit of an advantage over them, you know, fly off inside center. It'll be so interesting to see the team we select. I can't wait to see how we look before we play them, you know, which I think just throws another spanner into the works, because we both play out of our socks when we play against each other. You know, some
Yeah.
of the best rugby you can witness on the planet. So can't wait for those.
You're right. That
individual
was the best game of rugby that I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
That final.
Yeah, me too.
Beating France in France.
Me too. Seeing a lock intercept backwards, slow-mo. How good was that eagle eye? What do they call? Whatever they're calling it, right? SuperSport, whatever they're calling it. Amazing. That slow-mo to see whether or not it was a forward pass. I mean, one of my favorite moments in any World Cup. You know, how was that guy's agility? A giant, you know, in mid-air, doing the splits and intercepting.
I can't get it out of my head now that
BBL.
France has been
BBL.
players of BBL.
BBL's there. Anyways, we'll call this the BBL episode. Brent, you know, can you just tell us what you think, like, the opportunity for you would have been, you know, your style of rugby, your style of play, you know, if you could just put yourself in the Springbok squad at the moment, just what you think that journey would...
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say. I mean, whether I would have been selected or not selected. I
Well,
mean,
you are.
Looking back, I've got no regrets, and I did it against all odds. I mean, I never played a game of Currie Cup or Super Rugby before I made the Springboks. I went straight from sevens. So it was just one purely a lucky opportunity that I grasped at the right time. But looking at the way we've developed, yes, a lot of people have used sevens to get to develop those skills to go all the way, and it doesn't matter about size anymore. So it's a matter about the coach and how you fit into the team, the belief that you put in, and that's what we've created that all the way through up now. I mean, if you can imagine all the youngsters, they believe they can go and play for the Springboks because we've created that excitement. There's good programs in place. So for me, it's not about the size. I would have liked to have thought I would have got a longer career, but yeah, and it was a fun journey while I was there. I was always playing with bigger guys, and yeah, just seeing what these youngsters and these small pocket rockets are doing now. For me, I'm very proud that they're holding the flag up. For the small guys,
a proud dad. Proud. Little guys do win. The little guys do win. Fudgy, we went 3 out of 3 up north. Do you think we can go 5 out of 5?
I think so, because of what I'm seeing in the URC. I think so. Seeing the Stormers play the way they're playing right now, seeing the rugby that the Bulls are playing as well. There's a certain energy I'm seeing from players like Ruan Nokia and those guys. And I think they've still got a level up. And I think finally, especially after this rugby championship, I think finally there's proper healthy competition now as well, which is breathing new life into players like Eben, Etzebeth, etc. I think they've gone through their final evolution. You know how you get that final maybe 2 years of the type of rugby player you'll be. The body obviously has changed now, so it changes the type of rugby you can play, the type of rugby ultimately that you're allowed to play. You have a capacity to play. And I think we're hitting a sweet spot now. Can they step up? That's the part of the excitement. I think definitely, potentially, we could go 5 out of 5. It's 5 out of 5, right?
5 out of 5.
We could go
Japan,
5 out of
France,
5.
Italy, Ireland, Wales. That is...
Surprise us again.
Japan.
Oh,
Japan.
imagine that. Imagine that.
Under Eddie Jones? They call Victor in to be their forwards coach?
Let's be fair. Look, let's be fair now. They've spent a lot of time with a lot of our players. You can think of, you'd know, Brent, you know, sitting with some of the coaches as well. And those players being senior players in South Africa will have a big part to play in terms of bringing intellectual property and helping the coaches come up with game plans, etc. Of course they would. That's just the type of people we are in South Africa. We're very sharing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think they're loving that in Japan. I think there's actually a cultural comfort that we feel there. I think it's for a lot of the guys, you think of the Manila Boks, etc. They seem to be enjoying themselves there. They're able to keep their rugby at a high level. Think of the Jesse Creels, how incredible was his comeback to an incredible form.
Yep.
Speaking of evolution.
Yep.
So you never know. Maybe they've been taking some notes, mate, and we might see something surprising. But at the same time, I think we're in a position where we finally found our pride. There's bite, and there's there's aggression and pride in our effort. And I think a South African playing like that, one of the hardest teams to play in world rugby. Yeah.
Well, Quilter Nations Series, it doesn't start this weekend. We've got the warm-up match against Japan happening this weekend at Wembley Stadium. Our guests have told us what they think. Please let us know what you think. Leave your thoughts down in the comments, whether you're watching this, wherever you're watching this. Enjoy and get involved in the conversation. We want to hear what you're thinking. We wish the boys all the best of luck up north. We'll be rooting for them from here. And yeah, let's go 5 out of 5.